Jerry Damage thought he might be able to steal one there. Stunner! Jerry Damage is our winner and the first BWF champion!
Everybody says it. Everybody says it. Effie says it. Joey Janela says it. Matt Cardona says it. Trey Miguel says it. Alan Adams is going to beat Alejandro at Fan Takeover for that hardcore championship.
We're getting closer, folks. We're getting closer to when I take your supposed hero, JP Edge, and lock him inside of a steel cage like an animal.
I want to give a shout out to Steve Believe. I think you and I can have a heck of a match at Fan Takeover. I think that there's more to you than what Rob Buck thinks. I don't think that you're just a lackey that Brian Myers sends to do his bidding. So I think you and I could have a heck of a match at Fan Takeover.
Purple Best Wishes shirt guy wants to come out here and talk about SJW. Well, he's going to find himself the victim of a radical left. You want to talk about birthdays, pal? October 8th is a special day to me. It's a special day to my family, to my children.
And now, the Major E Wrestling Federation and Topps Blue Ribbon present Fan Takeover.
From the Pabst Brewing District in historic Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Major E Wrestling Federation presents Fan Takeover. Welcome everyone. I'm Olaf Lundergaard here at ringside, ready to bring you all the MeWF action tonight here at Fan Takeover. We're getting started with a big elimination tag team match. We've got the Major Pod faction, Cardona, Myers, Sterling, and Boston up against Aaron Ortiz, Shawnee Caulfield, the Bruiser Rob Hannum, and Joshua Reckless. It's sure to be a classic, and it's going to get us started right now. First up, making his way down the aisle, from Brooklyn, New York, he's the padded lope contract holder, Shawnee Caulfield. Shawnee showing that briefcase off. Of course, that gives inside the briefcase is a padded manila envelope. Inside that padded manila envelope is a contract that gives Shawnee a chance at any MeWF title at any time. We don't know what Shawnee's plans are for tonight, but he certainly brought the contract with him should the opportunity present itself.
Where do you come from? The dust. Where will you go to? The pain.
And his partner from Santa Clara, California, here is Joshua Reckless. Josh will be looking to use his finisher. Welcome to Haddonfield tonight. to try and take down the Major Pod faction. Great reception for the fans here tonight. A lot of Joshua Reckless fans in attendance. I mean, those people don't all look super excited. Don't bother. Their next partner to make his way down the aisle. The creator of the Faith the Flea Market. From South Jersey, Mr. Thursday Night, Aaron Ortiz. Aaron's been impressive inside the ring here in the MWF so far. His moves like closing time, the deal alert, the claim sale, all iconic. Along with his custom chalk line Thursday Night Flea Market shorts. The rock and rolla of Flea Marketola. And he's got a lot of beef with the Major Pod faction. He's looking to settle tonight. And their final partner, the Bruiser, Rob Hanna. Fighting out of Dover, Delaware. He's probably the most serious member of this team. I would watch out for that Destructo Rock clothesline if I was a member of the Major Pod faction. Rob's motto is usually, who cares about the booze, like booze from the crowd, when you got booze, like booze in the bottle. Teaming with some popular superstars tonight, so he might hear a few more applause than he's used to hearing. And first, their opponents. The NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Matt Cardona. Holder of many belts. Internet champion. Of course, when he learned of the MWF, the brand behind their backs, he was furious. He's vowed to destroy the organization. And here comes his partner, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers. Two men with a vow to protect their IP and prevent parody. Cardona said he's not a parody shirt guy. He said he's not a parody fed guy either. Myers here because he heard that the level of wrestling was the highest in the land. And of course, he's always looking for an in-ring challenge.
Boys and girls, I am Smart Mark.
And of course,
Sterling.
the lawyer of the group, Mark Sterling. Smart Max Daly, and I am here to introduce my partner in this match, because we're gonna win, and then I'm gonna take you all to court. And finally, Rock Hard Steve Boston. One of the most iconic superstars in FWF history. He's found himself aligned with the Major Pod faction here. Despite his overwhelming popularity, he's kept loyal to Matt, Mark, and Brian. This is an elimination style match, so whichever team can eliminate all four of their opponents via pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification is going to win. And there's the bell, and where action is beginning here at Fan Takeover. Cardona and Shawnee getting us started in the ring. And Shawnee showing us what he's made of. Ooh. It was close, but I think Cardona was maybe playing a little possum there. It's probably going to take a lot more than that to get rid of the Deathmatch King. Look, I know Shawnee's got nothing but respect for Cardona outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, he definitely wants to pick up the win against this team here tonight. Myers trying to get some interference going on the outside. Caught Shawnee's attention, allowed Cardona to take advantage. Oh, he's got him set up. Oh, but interference with the referee. Not letting him get down to start that count right away. Late on the pinfall. And the kick out. We got a lot of big matches tonight, including Amari Hernandez versus Joe Shoes. Let's go back a couple weeks and hear from Amari.
What's up? MEWF. In a few weeks, we're gonna have a huge event, the Fan Takeover, which is great. I'm happy to be back, and I'm even happier of who my opponent is. Captain Shoes. I've heard a lot of things from him. I know he's great. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this. Now that I have it at the breast of my fingertips, I'm going all in. So Joey, thank you for this. Thank you for putting my name on that raffle. Captain Shoes, you better bring your A game, because I'm not backing down. Take care and wave your hair.
Inspiring words tonight from Amari Hernandez before his match with Captain Joe Shoes. Shoes has been on social media promising one of the biggest shockers in MEWF history. Unknown what that means and what he has planned for tonight, but that is definitely one of our highly anticipated matches. Back here, we were seeing some hot action going on between Josh Reckless and Brian Myers. They've taken it to the outside, and Reckless is really bringing his A game tonight. Look at that kick. The most professional wrestler found himself face down on the mat when he came face to face with Joshua Reckless. Oh, and a strong spinning kick. These two are going to want to get back into the ring and avoid that countout, though. And the crowd here is already fired up and going crazy for these 8 MEWF superstars. after some of the blows. Oh! This is strong style at its finest. The crowd appreciative. Oh! Superplex to the outside! Barely missing Aaron Ortiz. He may have even gotten a shot in on Myers' kidney on the way past. Crowd electric. Superstars fired up. Myers can't seem to get a recovery. They have effectively cut the ring in half here. A winning strategy in any tag team elimination style match. Myers distracted by Ortiz again. Perhaps another kidney shot there on the backside of Myers. And look at that, driving him head first into the turnbuckle. Some innovative offense from Joshua Reckless. Oh, they've got Myers down in the corner. Ortiz tags himself in, and he's gonna have a go. Now Shawnee says, it's my turn. Josh, Reckless and Ortiz with the hip swivels. Ortiz swiveling even more. Innovative tag team offense. Bruiser Rob Hannum seems a little shocked at the hip shaking gyrations of his teammates. I don't think he was quite knew what to expect there. DDT to Mark Sterling sends him back to the outside. And of course, tonight's action, folks, from EWF Fan Takeover, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Let's just take a moment to pause and hear from our sponsor, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Lifting all that weight makes me feel just great. Now's the time I find, got blue ribbon on my mind. Yeah, I came in first, worked up a great big thirst, wanna just unwind, got blue ribbon on my mind. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind. More and more lately I find I've got a taste for living. I'm thinking cold blue ribbon. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Naturally good Pabst. America's premium beer since 1844. Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Back here at ringside, we got Josh Reckless and Matt Cardona inside the ring. And Pabst, it sure is a lot to look forward to. Just like the action here tonight at MWF Fan Takeover. 9 more matches on the card tonight. The biggest night in MWF wrestling history will be made tonight. D Freedom challenges for the MWF World Heavyweight title against our champion, Jerry Damage. Alejandro Contreras will defend his Hard Foundation Hardcore Championship in a hardcore title match against the always dangerous Alan Adams. Plus, we've got the Open Shoes Challenge with Amari Hernandez versus Joe Shoes, the Birthdays on the Line match between Perps and SJW, and of course, the Steel Cage Let It Breathe rivalry match between JPE and Bonesaw Rob Buck. Cardona makes a desperate tag to Rock Hod Steve Boston. And Boston says, "Come again?" Referee was slightly out of position and only a 2 count there. As now Aaron Ortiz steps into the match against Rock Hod Steve Boston. Mr. Thursday Night, Aaron Ortiz, purveyor of the Major Pod Flea Market, featured every Thursday night in the Major Pod Facebook group. A staple of the MWF. with those beautiful custom chalk line shorts. And look at this, some innovative submission offense against Rockhod Steve Boston. Oh, but Brian Myers, perhaps with a little payback earlier for some of those shots that Ortiz may have taken at him. Ortiz clears him off the apron. Oh, Sterling gets involved. Ortiz turns around and gives it to Sterling. I think Mark moved. Cardona may have taken the brunt of that one. Ortiz a little slow to recover, and he's back in the ring. And now Rockhod Steve Boston looks to take advantage. I think we definitely saw a momentum swing there with the interference from the Major Pod faction. Stunner! Stunner to Ortiz! Steve Boston drags him back into the ring. Referee, again distracted by Bruiser Rob Hannum. And Ortiz kicks out. He just kicked out of the Rockhod Stunner. Steve Boston says, "Come again?" Ortiz shoves him off. Reversal. Reversal. Oh, Steve Boston tried to big-time Aaron Ortiz in front of his teammates. And Ortiz rolls him up in another claim cell crab. You can hear Josh Reckless running his mouth at Steve Boston. You can tell Rob Hannum is itching to get into this match. Covered by Boston. Ortiz kicks out at 2. We have seen a few examples of exceptional tag team work here tonight, but a lot of these competitors are trying to shine on their own. As we said before, a lot to look forward to tonight, and a lot to look forward with Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Let's take a word now from our sponsor.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Wouldn't challenge anyone to get this close to an erupting volcano. It's a kind of challenge that's just not for everyone. But we do challenge you to discover a better tasting beer. Taste and compare Blue Ribbon with any other premium beer. We know you'll never go back to the beer you were drinking. Pabst. Since 1844, the quality has always come through.
Yes, with Pabst, the quality always comes through, and the quality always comes through here in the MWF. Steve Boston stalking Ortiz. Rockhod Stunner doesn't go for the pin, immediately drags Ortiz back over to his side of the ring. And looks like this might be it for Aaron. Sterling out to cover the pin, and Ortiz kicks! Ortiz kicked out of the end. Oh, but Rockhod says, "Come again?" Bruiser in to try to break it up, and he breaks up the pinfall. Cardona gives him a receipt. Rockhod Steve Boston says, "What is it going to take to get rid of this kid Aaron Ortiz?" Oh, come again! A third! Rockhod Stunner. And this time, folks, I think that's going to be it. Rob Hannum just waited and tried to get right in and make a jump on Boston as soon as the pinfall was over. But Steve Boston was on top of it. And Aaron Ortiz has been eliminated, folks. We are now in a 4-on-3 situation. Hopefully some medical professionals will be down to check on Aaron there after he kicked out, made it out of the first 2 Rockhod Stunners. Not so lucky with the third. Now the big man, Bruiser Rob Hannum, in there. And this could be trouble for the Major Pod faction. He has been itching to get to this match all night, growing more and more agitated and ready to kick ass out there standing on the apron. Destructo Rock! Destructo Rock clothesline on Brian Myers out of nowhere from the Bruiser. Shawnee out to cover the pin, and Myers is eliminated. Shawnee puts Rock Hard Steve Boston in an airplane spin. We're 3 on 3. I think Mark Sterling is now our legal man. Bruiser Rob Hannum takes out the most professional wrestler Brian Myers with the Destructo Rock, evening up this match 3 on 3. And now, Bruiser with those firecracker knee strikes. Steve Boston in the ring to try to distract him, try to break it up. But Hannum says no, nuh-uh. Cover on Sterling. Kick out at 2. And there it is again, Destructo Rock. Oh, and Sterling barely gets up. I think that one might have been on pure instinct, folks. Goes for a drop kick and Rob just shoves him away. Now Sterling with a little bit of an advantage. But it's hard to keep a big man down. The cheap tactics of Mark Sterling definitely working here. You know, one of our other big matches tonight we haven't spoke about yet is going to be Jairo Vasquez and Ryan from the Gym teaming with a mystery partner to take on the team of Heath, Rhino, and a mystery partner of their own. Our camera crews caught up with Ryan at his home and at the gym to see how he got to this match tonight.
Well, I don't have a match for Fan Takeover, so I can either hit the gym a little harder this week, or I could clean this garage, maybe install that shower finally. I don't feel like doing that shit. I'm just gonna go to the basement and lift. Oh shit! It's Rod Lee calling. Hello, hey, what's up, Rod? Outrageous, what's up? Oh, you got a match with Rhino. Oh, you're gonna tag with Rhino against the Canadians at IWR? No shit. Huh, I just read on the dirt sheet before I started my workout that Heath is gonna have a mystery partner at MEWF. Yeah, I might see if I could tag with Heath since I don't have a match. Alright, let me see here. Send this text out right now. Well, I just had a conference call with Jack Tunney's office, and apparently they didn't like my idea. I will not be tagging with Heath. I will be actually on the opposite side of the ring of Heath and Rhino, who apparently is now available. And my partner, I do not know who the hell he is. It's like El Fantismo or something like that. I will have to reach out to him and formulate a game plan. But I thought it'd be pretty damn cool to tag with Heath and, you know, in Rhino's absence, because when I was growing up, my mom would call me Rhino. That'd be like a nickname, you know, because Ryan, Rhino, it's kind of similar. Rye guy, but you know, Rhino kind of stuck. And I also took it as far as to gore a guy in the soccer field when I was a junior in high school, because he pissed me off, and that's kind of what started my journey into pro wrestling. Kind of grew up idolizing Rhino, and now here I am. I'm probably going to take a gore. But hey, there will be more to come. But I'm really going to have to do some sit-ups, because I did not want to get torn in half by that damn gore. Oh, shit.
Well, quite the winding road to get to Fan Takeover for Ryan from the Gym. From being out to being in With Rhino, against Rhino, mystery partners. Who's he gonna be with? He doesn't know. Storytelling at its finest. Shawnee's got Cardona caught in an airplane spin here. This match is still 3-on-3. Shawnee, Reckless, and Hannum against Cardona, Sterling, and Rock Hod Steve Boston. As I mentioned earlier, this just the first of 10 scheduled matches here tonight. Our padded lope contract winner lifting up Cardona with ease, and the slam. Referee down for the pin. Sterling breaks it up at 2. Rob Hannum was in there like quick as could be, though, to try and run some interference. Now we got all chaos breaking down. Referee losing control, and referee getting knocked out. Sterling takes out Hannum. Reckless into the ring. Referee still down. And watch for some dirty stuff here from the Major Pod faction with that referee unconscious. Reckless plants Sterling. Referee beginning to stir. A little mix up there, and now Reckless back on top of Sterling. Tags in Rob Hannum, who's had an awesome night tonight. Oh, Hannum getting ready. He's lining up the lawyer Mark Sterling. Destructo Rock! His teammates protect the pinfall, and that's a 3. We are down to a 2-on-1, we are down to a 3-on-2 situation here. Cardona and Rock Hod Steve Boston against Shawnee, Rob, and Joshua. Double backdrop. Here's a little bit of that tag team chemistry we've been looking for. These boys have the momentum. Aaron Ortiz is eliminated, but he's back in the locker room area watching on intently with intense glee as he sees Shawnee taking it to Rock. Oh, reversal. Now Boston. Stunner! Rock Hod stunner on Shawnee, middle of the ring. But Joshua Reckless makes the save. Shawnee drops that educated elbow on Steve Boston. And that'll do it for Steve Boston's night, as the Major Money Mark drops that big elbow and takes Boston out. Now it's Cardona, 1-on-3. We'll see if he has what it takes here to fight back. The crowd going absolutely wild to see their fan favorites with a big lead on the major players, Mark Sterling and Rock Hod Steve Boston. Shawnee busted open by the PB arm of Matt Cardona. Showing little effects of it, though. You wouldn't know from that slam. Shawnee with the cover. The blood streaming down his face, and he gets the 3. Shawnee did not want out at the end of the match. He wanted to finish Cardona. He wanted to finish off the Major Pod faction. Mr. Thursday Night Aaron Ortiz back out from the locker room to celebrate with the team, and deservedly so. This was a team effort here tonight from these 4 gentlemen. An impressive victory over 4 seasoned competitors. You can see the toll it took on their faces. Folks, we're just getting started. MeWF Fan Takeover is going to be an amazing night.
They say, what does not bleed cannot die. In MeWF universe, I ain't got time to bleed. A Chase variant Alan Adams was robbed. Robbed of the Hard Foundation Hardcore title. Robbed of an opportunity that was in his hands. And you put a weapon in these hands, and that opportunity goes up about 50%. But this ain't Scott Steiner math. This is the facts. Jack Tunney screwed me. Taking away my weapons is a crime against nature. And trust me, you're going to find this out very soon. The MeWF universe has never seen anything the likes of Alan Adams. You didn't even give me a chance. First blood match for a hardcore championship? Do I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin? What? No. Alejandro Contreras. Now I respect you. I respect the hell out of you. Anybody who's got Kenny Loggins for a theme music, gotta love it. But my friend, you stand in my way. You stand in my way of hardcore gold. I need that belt. I need that belt wrapped around your waist, Alejandro. And I'm sorry to say that it's going to happen very, very soon. Because I'm challenging you to a Sin City hardcore pity match. Who's fucking ready?
We're getting closer, folks. We're getting closer to when I take your supposed hero, JP Edge, and lock him inside of a steel cage like an animal. Let him breathe match. Knock me out or make me tap. Let's get something straight, JPE. You brought this on yourself. That first match in MeWF history between JP Edge and Bonesaw, when you cracked me in the head with that steel chair. And then the second one-on-one match in MeWF history, when I cracked the skull of Steve Believe, a sacrifice from Bare Minimum Brian Myers. That was your fault too. So you won the very first one-on-one match. I won the very second. We're tied 1-1. This is our rubber match, JPE. No chain link bullshit. Solid steel bars surround us. And then I get to move on with my life. Once I rid it of you, once I exorcise the demon that is you, and I will be reborn in the blood that we shed together. You think that's why God stays in heaven, JPE? Because he too fears what he created? Like you've been ducking me this entire time, but not anymore. I get what I want come fan takeover. And nothing is gonna stop me this time.
Later tonight, Bonesaw Rob Buck and JPE to step into that steel cage, but now we've got a Hard Foundation Hardcore Championship match. From Sin City, Nevada, here comes the challenger, Alan Adams. The former Saskatchewan Hardcore Champion, the former Sin City Hardcore Champion. getting in the faces of the MWF universe, letting them know that he is ready. I can hear him saying, who's fucking ready to step in there with the hardcore king? And next up is our champion. From Hill Valley, California, Alejandro Contreras. Now, Alejandro told me backstage before the show tonight that he's going to start going by his nickname, California. So here is Alejandro California Contreras, our Hard Foundation Hardcore Champion. Alejandro had the big win at Chase Variant in the First Blood Hardcore match. He defends tonight in a Hardcore Rules match against Alan Adams. You can hear him shouting, "I'm on my way." He calls himself the money and the glory of pro wrestling. You know, Alejandro was trained by the original Tiger Mask and Bob Backlund. That's right, folks. It's a Hard Foundation Hardcore Championship match. Our competitors stare at each other from across the ring. The challenger, Alan Adams. The champion, California, hardcore champion of the MWF, ready to put his belt on the line here tonight at Fan Takeover. Showing off the strap that he worked so hard to earn. Referee takes the belt. Gives final instructions to the competitors. I don't know what those final instructions were, because this is a hardcore match, folks. There are no rules. Alan Adams will be hoping to use his total devastation or the pre-roll tonight. California hoping that the final drive will be the move that helps him retain his hardcore championship. California really laying it in now on Adams. Two very different competitors, but both very hardcore individuals when it comes to wrestling. Adams under the ring now. Oh! Throws the chair in California's hands and delivers a spinning kick and drives it into his face. Shades of Rob Van Dam. These men talked about how the weapons were going to come into play here. And he just drove Adams onto that steel chair laying down there on the ground. Oh, now he's clearing off our announce table. California just letting him clear it off and then saying, I'm going to take advantage of your work here. He's got him up. DDT. through the announce table. It explodes on impact. Falls count anywhere coming into play. Into the announce team repeatedly. Spilling out into the ringside area. Of course, that's our Portuguese announce team there at ringside, you'll see. With the bat! Adams with the bat! He missed that last hit. California comes in and drives him into the ground. Onto the exposed concrete. And now is the back of his head into the barricade. This has become a violent and bloody confrontation. I would expect nothing less with the Hard Foundation Hardcore Championship on the line. California now tripping over some of the debris at ringside and hitting his head on the steps. And things are not looking well for our champion. Up and over with ease, suplex onto the steel chair and the announce table partitioning there, I guess we'll call it. And California looks out on his feet. Adams takes the chair into the ring. Throws it at him. Picks it back up. Oh! He was going for the chair, the headshot. But California got the hands up. Looking to build a little momentum here after taking that beating with those weapons on the outside. Pile driver! Referee in for the cover. Kick out at 2. California getting a little momentum on his side now. Oh, reversal and another pile driver. This is a match for pile driver fans. The crowd going absolutely wild. The type of action you see only here in the MWF. California raises an arm. He's going up top. High risk maneuver. Adams to his knees, to his feet. And he's able to duck out of the way of the drop kick. Back to that steel chair now. Oh! And the referee gets hit on the backswing. Adams with the pin, but there's no one there to count it. California busted wide open from those chair shots. Uses the blood, though, to slip out of the leg lock. Using his own blood as a lubricant to reverse the momentum of this match. Goes to the pin, but referee late to get there. And Adams kicks it too. Oh! Hits his head on the steel chair. Devastating clothesline. Chair shot after chair shot. Huge DDT. All the momentum now in favor of Alan Adams. The blood loss from California. Simply too much. And we've got a new Hard Foundation Hardcore champion, folks. one of the most grueling hardcore matches I've ever seen. Some of the most intense weapon shots you will ever see in the art form. A determined champion who tried valiantly to fight through his massive blood loss. And in the end, Alan Adams finds himself victorious over California. Seeing some of the closing sequence there, the head hitting the head on the chair, the DDT. Adams in the ring raises the belt victoriously. The sound of the Misfits ringing out through the arena. And the Alan Adams fans in the arena going absolutely crazy for their hero and our new Hard Foundation Hardcore Champion. Fan Takeover rolls on. Next we're going to hear from Purple Best Wishes shirt guy, whose birthday is on the line in his match against SJW.
You know, I'm usually out here, all fun and games, lighthearted, making a joke out of everything. But last month, I was embarrassed.
You're not booked, perps.
Now, we get to call our own shot. I could challenge for a championship. I could challenge for that Pad the Lobe or whoever that fucking guy is that's holding it. But there's only one thing I want this month. And that's to get my hands on the social justice warrior, Joey Hudson.
Hey Ron, what happened?
I have no fucking clue.
On your fucking fresh kicks, bro. You ever even dressed up nice before? You don't step in paint. That's a rookie move.
I don't know what your vendetta is with me. Was it that you needed to wear 1,000 shirts to get over and I only needed one? I'm willing to put everything on the line. I don't want your position. I don't want a championship. I'm willing to put the one thing that's the most important to me on the line. It's the one thing that we have in common, Joey. October 8th. This isn't Perps anymore. This is Bosch. For those who haven't known me, over the last 15 years, my birthday is the most important thing to me. I've named the month Boschtober. I've done documentaries for it. I've done commercials.
Turn my birthday into a lifestyle.
I've done everything for my birthday. And you and I share the same birthday, Joey. And that's something I can't accept. That's something I'm not willing to share, especially with you. The Miz, that's one thing. Bruno Mars, that's another. But Joey Hudson? No. So Joey, I'm willing to put it all on the line. I'm willing to put my motherfucking birthday on the line to prove a point.
It's my motherfucking birthday, bitch!
When you lose, Joey, you can never celebrate your birthday again. And that's something I'm willing to put on the line, which is the most important thing to me. More important than any championship. It's you and me, Hudson.
Purple Best Wishes shirt guy. This is Specialist Joey Wrestling, here with an emergency promo, calling out to all of my snowflakes and my major marks. We got some news for you, perps. The icing on the birthday cake says happy birthday, but it's not happy birthday, perps. It's happy birthday, SJW. You know, some of us are artists, and some of us are mannequins who display one simple shirt. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sharing a birthday with a man like myself. Many people have October 8th birthdays. But you know what they have in common? Let me tell you. Chevy Chase, canceled. Bruno Mars, canceled. Reed Hastings from Netflix, sorry, subscriber count's down, you canceled. Nick Cannon, canceled. Teddy Riley from Blackstreet, canceled. Sigourney Weaver, canceled. I think you're starting to get the idea. Ron E. Bosch, Purple Best Wishes shirt guy, pending cancellation. After Fan Takeover, when I take your birthday, then I will be the most famous October 8th birther in all the land. More famous than Miz. More famous than Chevy. More famous than Bruno. And more famous than you, perps. So what you gonna do when SJW and all of his snowflakes cancel you? Here we go, folks. It's Purple Best Wishes Shirt Guy versus Specialist Joey Wrestling SJW in a Birthdays Are on the Line match. The winner of this bout will control both birthdays of these two superstars. Can you imagine having two birthdays?
Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wits, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, start wearing purple, wearing purple. Start wearing purple.
From the Best Wishes Bar and Grill, here is Purple Best Wishes Shirt Guy, Perps, as his friends call him. Now, as I was saying before, both of these superstars have October 8th as their birthday. A very popular birthday for celebrities and non-celebrities alike. Roughly 1/365th of the human population shares a birthday with Purple Best Wishes Shirt Guy and SJW. The difference, most of those people were able to get along about it. These two are going to settle it in the squared circle here in the MWF. The winner leaving with both of their birthdays.
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses.
And making his way to the ring
Killing
from
in the
Ilan
name of
Omar's district in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's Specialist Joey
And now
Wrestling.
you do what they told ya. And now you do what they told ya. And now you do what they told ya. You're under control. Do what they told ya. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge. They're the chosen ones.
SJW famous for his October facts. Of course, Perps famous for Boshtober. So many parallels between these two superstars, and even down to the gear. All right, neither of them refusing to change from their signature purple. And now one of them is going to leave here tonight with two birthdays. One of them is going to leave with no birthday. October 8th is about to change forever for one of these men. They exchange takedowns here in the opening. SJW with his mullet flowing. Of course, Perps will be looking for his Purple Rain scissor kick, while SJW will be trying to hit his radical left elbow. I'm getting word of some kind of commotion in the back. We'll try to get more word on that later. There's some music start. What is? It couldn't be. It couldn't be. It's The Miz! The Miz is behind SJW! I'm being handed word from MWF President Jack Tunney that The Miz is in this match. This is a triple threat. 3 birthdays on the line, October 8th. No no rules triple threat battle. MeWF president was petitioned by The Miz for entry into this match after he heard the words. He heard he was mentioned by Perps and SJW, and that October 8th birthdays were on the line. I have a quote here from Miz. It says, "Really? Really? Really?" End quote. So now one of these men is going to lose their birthday, but without even losing this match. Miz on the turnbuckle, the crowd going absolutely crazy for this shocking appearance. Sit-out powerbomb by Perps on the Miz. And Miz wearing purple. I haven't seen this much purple in a match since Major Players versus Dark Order. Covered by SJW. Kick up by Perps. Miz almost lost his birthday, and he's on the outside. He doesn't even realize it. To think that The Miz would put his birthday on the line shows you how important this is. Pile driver! Shows you how important this situation is. Purple Rain scissor kick! That's it! That could be it! Covers him! SJW crawls over! The referee counts 3! The referee says that Purple Best Wishes is our winner! SJW is livid! We see we had a pile driver. Purple sets him up. Purple Best Wishes. Purple Rain scissor kick. Covers him. SJW on top of the leg. The referee never sees it. The entire 3 count. Both men pinning The Miz. But Purple Best Wishes shirt guy is going to leave here with 3 birthdays. 1, 2, 3 birthdays, he says. He will. Let's take a commercial break.
Did you see that? Did you see what we did right there? Isn't it beautiful? Just a couple lost souls coming together with one goal in mind, to take down these pod boys. And we pushed. We didn't know each other, but we pushed and we took them down one by one. Oh, the things you can do with one common goal. It's becoming quite clear here in the MeWF that in order to succeed, you need hands. You need hands with the same vision. You need hands to follow you, to walk with you. We see what these hands can do. And that was just random people. What happens when a group of brothers get together? They can't be stopped. I'm seeing more MWO people show up. I'm seeing these Best Wishes boys grouping together, and I'm like, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Live 13, Baltimore, Maryland, coming up. Perfect place to find my brothers. Perfect place to find that one common goal. Oh yeah, we're coming.
Major Club 4444 Live.
This is the place for the real taste of beer. just no doubt about it.
It's right here in this bottle. You can't find better than Pabst.
Pabst is the place. Good friends all around you for the real taste of beer. For all the good times you had here.
The thing is, Pabst doesn't change. It's always good.
For the real taste of beer, Pabst is the place.
All right, next up, we've got a match that a lot of people are really excited for. It's Amari Hernandez versus Captain Shoes in the Open Shoes Challenge. Now, several superstars answered the call, but Amari was luckily the one able to selected for this match. He had his choice of facing Captain Shoes, Yokozuna, or the Revolting Blob, and he decided that his dream match was against Captain Shoes. So we're going to see those two go head-to-head right now here at MeWF Fan Takeover, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Let's get down to ringside for the entrances. And the MeWF universe is going crazy for Amari Hernandez. From Puerto Rico, he is Mr. Excitement and the man who puts the action in reaction. Amari is both humble and brash, flashy and grounded. A definite fan favorite here in the MeWF. Look at these moves. And of course, he had his choice. He chose to face Captain Shoes. Described it as one of his big life goals. We're making that happen here tonight. Definitely a dream come true. And I'm sure he looks forward to a fair fight against Captain Joe Shoes. From the marina, sporting his patented captain's wheel and captain's hat. Of course, MeWF President Jack Tunney banned Mitch the Garden Hose from ringside. Following that vicious Mitch attack. Now, of course, Joe Shoes with three different personas, sort of a three faces of Foley type situation here. I'd say Captain Shoes is the second best. Revolting Blob has definitely shown his prowess here in the MeWF to be at the top level. He's a world title contender after showing incredible dominance in his couple matches so far. It looks like Joe Shoes is asking for the microphone, and he has something he wants to say to Amari. Captain Joe Shoes grabs the microphone and says, "Oh, Amari, my double main man, you are a fool. I am the Admiral of Awesome and the Colossus of Cool. But I am also the Duke of Details and the Prince of Punctuation. You see, my best friend Brian Myers is friends with a lawyer. And I asked my best friend Brian Myers' lawyer friend to make a little addendum to our contract. You see, Amari, here, above your signature, it says Captain Shoes / Yokozuna / Revolting Blob, right? As your opponents with the slash? Except those aren't slashes, Amari. Those are commas. Commas. Those aren't slashes, those are commas, is what Joe Shoes says. I'm not quite sure what that means. Now we're hearing some music. And what is this? Who are these guys? Are these masks? These must be guys in masks. What? It's too real. Was it plastics? How much was the plastic surgery to get two guys to look this much like? Is this a special effect? What am I? It's so real. They look so much like. Wait a second. You don't. They couldn't. It couldn't possibly be.
This is not really happening.
Oh my gosh! They're clones. They are clones. Joe Shoes has cloned himself. Not slashes, those are commas. Amari is not facing Joe Shoes / Revolting Blob / Yokozuna. He's facing Joe Shoes, Revolting Blob, Yokozuna. 1-on-3. I'm checking with head of officiating, senior official Mark Bitters. He tells me that nowhere in the rule book is cloning illegal. So we got a match here, folks. Amari and Captain Shoes starting it off. And Amari dumped to the outside. Shoes fired up. Amari might need a couple of seconds to regroup and come up with a new strategy here. Definitely he wasn't prepared for this. Who could be? All right, a block by Amari, and trouble getting any momentum started here against the captain. Count up to 6. Amari not looking for a cheap way out, though. He wants to settle this inside the ring. Cloning or not, this man is a competitor. It's just one pinfall needed to win here, so Amari just has to get a 1-2-3 on Captain Shoes, and he can get out of here with a big upset win. What would be considered an upset now? I mean, before this match started, this was at even odds in Vegas, but this changes everything. Amari should try and stay out of that corner and cut this ring off. Oh, misses him in the corner. That could have been a game changer. And here he's going to see some high-flying maneuver. Oh! But Captain Shoes uses the opportunity to sneak away and tag in Yokozuna. Amari has him quickly down and starts going to work on the mid-range section, the large mid-range section of Yokozuna. And here we're about to see that high-flying maneuver. Oh, but Shuna catches him. Drops him. Oh, Mario manages to duck away. The crowd here in a sort of stunned silence. Many not sure what they're even seeing. An affront to science and God himself. Joe Shoes has cloned himself twice Yokozuna stands in there, driven to the mat by Amari, while Captain Shoes and the revolting Blob look on from the apron. Amari, see, I think he was distracted just by the sight of it. Just the visual alone is enough to draw your eye away momentarily from your opponent. Why are there 3 of this man? Whoa! The leg strength that must be required to deliver a maneuver like that in a situation like this. Amari trying his damnedest to pull off the win tonight. Irish whip into the corner. Amari stalking Yokozuna. Again, showing off those powerful legs. Crossbody. Blob and Captain reaching for the tag. Yokozuna took a moment outside and seems to have regained some of his composure. I mean, is this like a multiplicity situation? Is this like Arnold Schwarzenegger's 6th day? What kind of clones are we dealing with here? What is their capacity for independent thought? What is their authenticity to the original copy? Do we need to be concerned about dangerous variants? And who's behind this? How did Joe Shoes acquire cloning technology? So many questions left unanswered. Of course, Amari Hernandez doesn't have time to think about any of that right now. He's finds himself in a 3-on-1 situation that unlike any man has ever faced before. And Yokozuna with a diving tag. Missed dropkick there, clears off the apron. Amari maybe with a chance here. Captain Shoes back in. Some slight confusion there, but it seems like the Blob has regained his place on the apron. Amari's best bet at this point is going to be able to cut off this ring, concentrate on the Captain, wear him out with some of those high-flying maneuvers and some of those powerful leg stuff we've seen so far. Fascinating. Notice how Captain Joe Shoes, at that moment, had the same mannerisms in the corner as Yokozuna did earlier, almost playing possum to lure Amari in. Now, of course, I've been presuming that Captain Shoes was the original and the other 2s are clones all along, but that might not even be the case. The Captain could be a clone, and one of the other 2 could be the original. How do we determine which is... Will the real Joe Shoes please stand up? Huge DDT on Amari in the middle of the ring. The Captain going to the top rope, and no one's in the Captain's quarters when he gets there. Oh! Huge Amari driver. Maybe he didn't catch all of it. But now a battered Captain Shoes to the top rope. Oh! Moonsault, but Amari got the knees up. These 2 are absolutely tearing each other apart. Oh, and the Captain is laughing. He just shouted, "I am the Titan of the top rope." And he's going for that moonsault again. This time he nails it square. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to be it, folks. Amari is finished. And the winner is Team Shoes. I still can't believe it. Joe Shoes and 2 clones have defeated Amari Hernandez after a contractual amendment went undetected by Amari. Those aren't slashes, those were commas. And with the tag team tournament quickly approaching, you have to wonder who's going to want to face a team like this. The most powerful member of the Revolting Blood we didn't even see tonight. That's how dominant they were. Look at this, is eerie and sexy at the same time. Now let's hear a word from Victor Labia.
Ooh, you really thought you could have a pay-per-view without me? Ooh, no, you think you got rid of me, WF? Not by a long shot. Now, I wasn't sure which match I wanted to get into until I ran into somebody. I ran into an old friend of mine from back in the day. And, you know what? We struck up a little conversation. And, he said, you know what? What do you think about that tag team tournament? Now. Ooh. If you knew, if you only knew. The man. That's right. The GOAT. Andro6657, Andromega, if you will, has teamed up with the man. The man. The man. Do you know who it is? Because it's time. It's time. It's Victor and Vader. That's right. Big Van Vader, Andromega, Victor Leva, teaming up, taking out every single tag team in the BWF. Welcome to our world, bitch.
See, I don't think people understand exactly why this match is so important at Fan Takeover. I don't think they understand that JP Edge versus Bonesaw is the match the BWF has been wanting since Unboxed. The match we've all been dying to see. The Clash of Titans. Bonesaw is ready.
I hear a voice say, don't be so blind. It's telling me all these things that you would probably hide. Am I your one and only desire? Am I the reason you breathe, or am I the reason you cry? Always, 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 always. I just can't live without you. I love you, I hate you, I can't get around you. I breathe you, I taste you, I can't live without you. Always, 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 always. I see the blood all over your hands. Does it make you feel more like a man? Was it all just a part of your plan? The pistol shaking in my hands, and all I hear is the sound. I love you, I hate you, I can't get around you. I breathe you, I taste you, I can't live
Well, we've got another tag team announced for the big tag team tournament, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because next up we've got the Let 'em Breathe steel cage submission match between JP Edge and Rob Buck. Now, there are some matches here that have been highly anticipated by the MeWF universe, and then there are some matches that have been highly anticipated by the combatants. And I'd say this one is certainly the latter. Since the first days of the MeWF, these two superstars have been wanting to fight each other on the big stage. Circumstances have always gotten in their way. Tonight, we finally get the match between JP Edge and Bonesaw. First, making his way to the ring, from Wheeler, Mississippi, JP Edge. A PBR chamber match winner, and the owner of the JP knee, one of the most devastating finisher maneuvers we have here in the MeWF. He's young, he's brash, he's cocky, and he's looking for a bit of payback on Rob Buck, who's been tormenting and stalking JP Edge. We saw JP Edge get a little revenge on Bonesaw last week on the MWO. We'll talk about that a little more later. I think the crowd here tonight definitely on the side of JP Edge. Next, making his way down the aisle from South Bend, Indiana, Bonesaw Rob Buck. Of course, we all know Bonesaw's catchphrase. Bonesaw is ready, and he is ready to go toe-to-toe tonight with JP Edge inside of a solid steel cage. Submission match rules: the only way to win is to make your opponent say the words, "Let 'em breathe." Bonesaw Rob Buck has done nearly anything he could to finally get a match with JP Edge. We saw him take out Brian Myers. We've seen him attack numerous other superstars. We've heard his fiery promos and his scathing words. And now, he finally has JP Edge, as he said, trapped inside of a cage like an animal. Now, if anyone didn't hear, last week, Bonesaw was a special guest on the MWO. But a few minutes into the interview, JP Edge caused some kind of technical interference, cutting short the rest of the interview. JP Edge afterwards saying that Bonesaw's dangerous rhetoric did not need to be heard over the airwaves, especially by the influential audience of the MWO. A lot of kids listen to that show, you know? And JP Edge, he's the kind of guy who's going to stick up for the kids. Of course, neither of these guys necessarily known for their submission moves. We've got the JP knee. We've got Sawblade 77. But they're going to dig deep into their bag of tricks today to try and make that other man say, let him breathe. A lot more action still to come tonight here at MWF Fan Takeover. Besides the world title match main event, we still have the American Heartbeat Nicholas Pritchard versus Steve Believe, El Jefe Dylan Gilbert versus the Murder Death Kill gang leader Nick Gage, Big Joe Ellis versus Billy Walter Peck of the MWO, Hyrule Vasquez, Ryan from the gym, and a mystery partner will take on Keith, Rhino, and a mystery partner in 6-man tornado tag action. JP Edge fired up against Bonesaw. Quick strikes. Oh! And the kip up. Here, I think it's coming. I think he's setting him up. Oh, it was a spear! Y'all don't like JP Edge? We do, says the crowd. Oh, using that steel cage as a weapon, taking advantage of his environment to punish Bonesaw for the things he's done and the things he has said. Definitely seeing a lot of facial damage on Rob Buck tonight, especially after that last run-in with the cage. And he's trying to twist up JP Edge. We're going to take a quick commercial break. The tape machines are rolling.
Imagine for a moment that you're in the gay 90s, headed for an evening at the best spot in town.
Bartender, 3 more blue ribbons.
Imagine you're here to enjoy the great premium beer of the day, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
More Pabst.
Pabst was brewed for people who really liked beer.
3 more blue ribbons. Bartender.
This was the time Pabst was the beer. And now that you've imagined what the gay 90s were like, you know what our beer's all about. Good old-time flavor. Original Pabst Blue Ribbon beer is still brewed today the old-time premium way by the first of the great Milwaukee brewers.
Pabst, the first of the great Milwaukee brewers, and we want to thank them again for sponsoring tonight's MWF Fan Takeover action. You know, speaking of Pabst, we'll all remember the PBR chamber match that JP Edge won, where he allegedly used a weapon not made of Pabst Blue Ribbon cans. If you'll remember, JP Edge said that that was impossible since he wasn't old enough to purchase anything from the liquor store, so how could he possibly have owned a weapon? Everybody seemed to agree with that logic, so here we are. Another great submission hold from JP Edge. Rob Buck fighting it, near passing out, and JP Edge releases the hold. Rob Buck continues to hold his face. He's taken several dangerous shots, both strikes from JP Edge and blows against the cage and the turnbuckles. Clipped an ear against the ropes at one point. See senior official Mark Bitters down there at the bottom of your screen watching on. He's ready to call this match as soon as he hears one of these men say, "Let him breathe." JP Edge now using the cage to his advantage. Off the top rope, and he takes Rob Buck down to the mat. Another face-pounding drive into the ground. Gets him into position again. Working over that midsection. Going for a lot of abdominal submissions. Rob Buck basically left with the choice of tending to his damaged face or protecting his body. Setting him up, another spear to nix at those mangled guts. JP Edge employing a vicious strategy here. The crowd going absolutely wild. JP Edge giving them what they want. Off the top rope. Another blow to the face, that time with the elbow. You can see, I think we saw right there that Rob is busted wide open. JP Edge in the corner. JP knee! To the to the disfigured and bloody face of Bonesaw. JP Edge now standing over him saying, I hope it was worth it. I hope all that trouble you went to. He's not even going for the pin. He wants him to suffer. He wants him to feel what Bonesaw made so many others feel. And that hesitation gives Bonesaw an opportunity. Oh! Southbender! Now this is more than an opportunity. He's got that nerve hole locked in. And JP Edge might have... He said let him breathe. Mark Britters heard the let him breathe. Bonesaw wins. He bends down to console JP Edge and they share a moment. But JP Edge seemingly had the upper hand. He paused. He showed mercy. It seems maybe. We thought maybe he wanted to let Rob suffer, but then it gave Rob Buck Bonesaw got an opportunity then to recover. And Bonesaw is your winner of the Let 'Em Breathe Steel Cage Submission Match. Kudos to both men, an incredible battle between JP Edge and Bonesaw.
I'm just one man.
And we're not wasting any time, folks. Let's get right into our next match, the 6-man Tornado Tag. Captain of the first team, the one-man Southern Rock Band, the red-headed Fabio. Pretty dang cool, man. It's Heath. The PBRs are flowing here in the announcing booth. We want to thank our sponsor, Pabst Blue Ribbon, for sponsoring Fan Takeover here tonight. And here's Heath's mystery partner for the night. Each team has one mystery partner. And Heath brought in his favorite wrestler of all time, man. It's Sting. He said when him and Rhino needed a third member for their team, there was only one hitman he wanted, and that was his favorite wrestler growing up. That's Sting. making his MeWF debut. And he is not here to mess around tonight, folks. And the crowd here in the MeWF universe going absolutely crazy for the surprise appearance of Stang. And the third member of their team, it's Rhino. The ECW legend Rhino runs down to the MeWF ring, ready to get heavy and hard in some 6-man tornado tag action. Of course, that means there will be no tags. All 3 men on each team are legal at all times. Now their opponents. First, from Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico, Jairo Vasquez, El Fenomeno. Now, Jairo started putting this team together when he was granted a trip to WWE headquarters to visit their locker room. He had limited time, was able to approach only a few superstars and try to convince them to join his team tonight. He knows one of them has accepted. He does not know who that is, though. So we wait to find out who the mystery man on this team is, knowing that it's someone from the current WWE roster. Another man who had an interesting path to this match, from Detroit Rock City, it's Ryan from the gym. The ladies' pet and the man's regret, Ryan from the gym. Trying to get a match here tonight. I think he was trying to team with Rhino. During his pitch to get onto the card, he accidentally found himself on a team opposite of Rhino. So Michigan very heavily represented here tonight. Of course, Ryan also doesn't know who his tag team partner will be for him and El Fenomeno. Let's find out. Oh boy. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles. From Gainesville, Georgia to the MeWF. He's got the merch shirt on available at all major retailers and local malls. It's going to be the phenomenal one and El Fenomeno, along with Ryan from the gym, against Heath, Stang, and Rhino. Not the first time in AJ Styles' career that he's made a shocking debut for a company. This might be the top, though. And the crowd goes crazy. They are in complete awe that they get to see the phenomenal AJ Styles tonight in a MeWF ring. It's been a wild night already, folks. It is about to get a lot wilder. This action is going to break down quick, and we're going to try to do our best to keep up. do our best to keep up. We've got a PBR HARD coffee to try to help us keep us going here at PBR Presents BWF Fan Takeover. Look, the referee was already taken out in this match. I see Ryan from the gym going at it with Heath. Rhino going at it with Hyrule. Stang and AJ Styles. Only in the MWF. Rhino to the outside and Hyrule goes after him. You know that Ryan from the gym's going to be looking for that RFTGO out of nowhere. AJ's going to be looking for that phenomenal forearm. Hyrule looking for the El Fenomeno forearm. Stang for the Death Valley driver. Rhino for the gore. Heath for, I'm sure, whatever finishing move he's got. Because one fall is going to end this match. 6 men, all legal at the same time. No countouts, no disqualification. First pinfall or submission is going to win it for your team. Everybody else on the outside, except for Heath and Hyrule. Ryan just walking Stang around like he's nothing. But before he could put him through that barricade, Stang breaks loose. Heath shaking his hips on the inside. AJ from the top. Stang moves out of the way. Think of everything we've already seen tonight, folks. Alan Adams. Oh, here's a pinfall. Kick out at 2 by Hyrule Vasquez. El Fenomeno keeps it going for his team. Tonight we've already seen new hardcore champion Alan Adams. We've seen Purple Best Wishes shirt guy win not only SJW's birthday, but the Miz's birthday as well. A pin by Stang. Kick out at 2. We've seen Joe Shoes clone himself twice and defeat Omari Hernandez in a 3-on-1 handicap match. Now, we are seeing superstars from ECW, WWE, the MWF, the FWF, all competing here in one ring at the same time. Styles Clash! Stang helping to break up the pin for Heath. Kicking out of the Styles Clash from AJ Styles. They clear Vasquez out of the ring. And now able to get a double team going on Styles. Heath shaking those hips. Driving all the women in the crowd crazy. And the action's completely spilled to the outside. This ring cannot contain these men tonight. Vasquez might be trying to get out of here. Heath calls him out, and he gets into the ring. But Heath uses that veteran experience. We've got Ryan and Heath. We've got AJ and Stang. Hyrule with the pin, but Stang breaks it up, the pin on Rhino. By El Fenomeno. Now, Fenomeno knee strike to Stang. Pile driver by Rhino on AJ Styles. But Ryan grabs him and hits him with a powerful DDT. He might be setting him up here. I think he took too long with Rhino. The veteran may have been playing possum a little bit. Oh! And Stang working over the lower limbs. Styles Clash set up. Styles Clash from AJ Styles, but Heath already had the pin going. The referee couldn't get the count started He gets knocked out. No disqualifications here, but this is complete and utter chaos, folks. No referee, and 6 men going crazy. We might need to get some more officials in here. He, with about his 6th hip swivel of the night, he's really bringing the pelvis Wesley to the MWF. Vintage Stang. Rhino's fired up. They've got Ryan from the gym alone in the ring, and AJ Styles comes in to make the rescue. He's throwing drop kicks. He's getting thrown. Ryan gets Stang out to even it up 2-on-2, but Gore! Gore by Rhino on Styles. Ryan from the gym able to break it up and definitely save the match that time. This would have been over. Now Ryan from the gym and Rhino, a battle of Michigan. Oh! Ryan from the gym on the outside, leaving his team down 3-2 on the inside. Stang takes out Styles. Heath takes out Hyrule. Cover. Ryan makes the save again. Styles on the ropes. Stang. Oh, vintage Stang. Now, Heath and Stang have Ryan alone in the ring. Somebody's missing. There comes Styles on the outside. Cover attempt on Ryan, but it's broken up. All 6 guys were in the ring for a second there. Vasquez getting fired up, showing it up. He's busted wide open. But nothing's stopping him from this opportunity here tonight. Heath with that pelvis Wesley shuffle. Ryan catches it with an elbow, though. Another Styles clash. They got the cover. 1, 2. Nobody's going to bring it up. 3. And your winners, the phenomenal AJ Styles, El Phenomeno, Hyrule Vasquez, and Ryan from the gym. This ragtag group put together, they didn't even talk to each other before the match. They didn't even know Styles would be on the team. Able to come together and defeat 3 veterans. 3 guys with connections. 3 guys who've known each other. And the celebration begins. And deservedly so. Ryan from the gym saying, look at this. And the 3 men, high five in the ring. Victorious here tonight at Fan Takeover. And the action is non-stop at BWF Takeover. Now let's get ready for Big Nick Pritchard versus Steve Believe. This match started with a challenge laid down by Big Nick for Steve Believe, saying that he believed in Steve. He wanted to show that he knew that there was more to Steve Believe that people saw, and he said he would be honored to face him tonight. Steve Believe, of course, flattered. was definitely going to accept that challenge. A lot of respect for Big Nick in the wrestling community. Big Nick from Springfield, Illinois. Of course, a fan favorite, loved by the children, the grown-ups, respected by fans of all nations. And I think we're going to see a great match tonight between him and the legend Steve Believe. Big Nick will be looking to hit that All-American kick. And here he is, his opponent tonight. The good boy from Tacoma, Washington, Steve Believe. We've seen matches here tonight based on the most deepest hatred and long-standing rivalry. This match, in contrast, is a battle of mutual respect between two competitors who want to give what's best for the fans and to find out who is the better man. Big Nick Pritchard or Steve Believe. Referee calls for the bell, and Big Nick is right out of the gates with the offense. For any of you fans visiting the oh, we got a cover here. And a kick out. Almost a quick one. Big Nick checking with the referee. As I was saying, any of you visiting the MeWF outlet store at the Mall of America, check out Big Nick's new shirt. Speak softly and carry a Big Nick. He might be setting Steve Believe up for the... It's a Springfield Spear! Cover again! And 2, 3, we got a winner! It's Big Nick! A shockingly fast match. But I think he caught Steve Believe a little off guard with how aggressive he was out there. Big Nick can be deceptive in that way. Not as mild-mannered in the ring as he may appear when at ringside. Big Nick continues to inspire the daydreamers out there, letting them know that hard work pays off and dreams do come true. He achieves his dream tonight of defeating Steve Believe at MeWF Fan Takeover. A nod of respect from Steve at ringside, shocked at the quick outcome, but accepting. Good sportsmanship abounds here tonight at the MeWF.
Check out your dad with the swag on the floor. Mama gon' brag when I walk in the door. You ain't never seen a gorilla in the mist walking.
I see a video, vague and cryptic, from Biggest Joe. Now, this is where I'm going to give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes. I'm going to go a little real life here. Now, Major World Order, it's not quite anything yet as far as MEWF goes. But behind the scenes, you know, we focus on learning about everybody within the Major Wrestling Figure podcast community. We've built great friendships. We've learned great stories. But Biggest Joe, heck, that guy, he's the head of MWO Security. And that's why it just baffles me that he's got such a problem with me. And he keeps taking it a little bit more personal. That phone call was with one of my best friends in the entire world, Husvar. And look, Husvar, he was cursed by Danhausen. And, you know, I've made it clear that the people that got me into this and got me started in this wrestling thing here in MeWF was the Major Wrestling Figure podcast people. Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, Joe Shoes, Mark Sterling. Mark Sterling has been having a lot of problems with Danhausen. He knows a lot of other people have. Husvar was one of them. But Husvar didn't really care too much for me kind of sticking my nose in that business. And apparently he contacted Biggest Joe to handle the problem. Now, hey, look, I'm okay with keeping this all in the family. So, Biggest Joe, if I've got to have a match with you to settle all of this and turn things back to normal, then I will. Powers that be, you give us that match. You tell us what match you think we should be in so we can settle this score once and for all. Biggest Joe, I'm ready. I hope you are too.
Thank you, Olaf. Tiberius Pettingale here backstage at Fan Takeover, where I am being told by our trainers that Bonesaw, after his successful victory over rival JP Edge, is being looked at for a possible orbital fracture in his face, as well as trying to prevent the loss of his ear. He looks a mess, I'm not going to lie. Actually, he's approaching here. Bonesaw, can I get a word about your victory?
This is great. I'm free, man. I'm free.
Bonesaw has left the building. Bonesaw, where are you going? Well, Olaf, it appears Bonesaw has left the building. He is laughing, clearly, which kind of gave me the creeps, I'm not going to lie, but he has left the arena. He is refusing medical attention. I don't know where he's going, but I will keep you updated as soon as I learn something. Back to you, Olaf.
We've got another big rivalry match coming up next. This one, a little more complicated than just two friends wanting to find out who's better. Biggest Joe and Billy Peck, with a bit of MWO work-related drama. Biggest Joe Ellis worked as MWO security for a long time. But after a curse from Danhausen onto Husvar, now Joe and Billy find themselves caught in the middle, and it's turned their friendship into a battle. Now, is that just part of the Danhausen curse to cause all this strife for Husvar and his colleagues? Well, either way, things are about to explode inside of the MWF ring. Making his way down the aisle from the Motor City, Eliminator Joe Ellis. The former and perhaps still head of MWO Security will now face his boss, Billy Peck. Billy, I think, good-heartedly saying that he wants to defeat Joe to maybe put this whole thing behind them. He holds no animosity. It is unclear where Husvar, Jake, Danhausen, any of the outside figures fall into any of this. It is Billy and Ellis who find themselves having to face each other here one-on-one at Fan Takeover.
Has been paid for by the Major World Order. Major World Order.
From Omaha, Nebraska, here is Billy Walter Peck. Musician, podcaster, collector, father. A man who loves the business. Now, the moment this rivalry may have started would go back to the bare minimum battle royal, when Billy eliminated Ellis, when there was a spot in the first EWF title match on the line. Ellis saying, "I'm ready for you, Bill." Billy at a definite size advantage here tonight. Both of these men relatively new to in-ring competition, so we definitely have an even playing field there. And Billy certainly hasn't shown any fear of taking on larger competitors. But a definite size advantage for Eliminator Ellis. Billy's going to be looking to hit the major bomb and the major chin music. Eliminator Ellis, of course, known for the early exit. A face buster of sorts. And trust me, Billy doesn't want to get caught with that tonight. Now, of course, we saw the tease earlier tonight for Jake Boski Wyatt, one of Billy's co-hosts on the MWO, coming to the MWF soon. Personally, I hope to see him and Billy tag teaming together in the tag team tournament, but that remains to be seen. We will have more information on the tag team tournament coming up later tonight. Referee having trouble getting into position here. Only a 1 count. Ellis understandably upset with the referee, Mark Bitters, on that one. Billy taking advantage of the of Ellis's complaining and caught him with that elbow. Ellis simply gives him a paycheck back, or gives him a receipt back, and Billy is down on the ground again. A little one-sided here so far overall. But again, of course, that hasn't stopped Billy Peck before. We saw him make some major eliminations in some battle royals. Not only Joe Ellis, but Yoko Shuna he eliminated in that bare minimum battle royal. Probably the 2 largest competitors that were in that. Referee starting the count. Of course, countouts and disqualifications are in play. Our Portuguese announce team seems to have their announce table back together there at ringside. Referee up to the 6 count. Ellis seemingly toying with Billy Peck. And again, is this revenge, or is this maybe a side effect of a curse? A confident Eliminator Ellis looks out amongst the crowd with the cover. And kick out by Peck. But Billy seems to maybe be running on instinct alone here. Oh, perhaps I spoke too soon. Finding ways to take the big man down. Oh, a shoulder tackle was not a wise choice, Bill. Side Russian leg sweep, perhaps. You know, I don't know if Billy would even be able to hit his major bomb finisher on a guy Joe Ellis' size. So he's probably going to have to, covered by Ellis. He's probably going to have to look for that major chin music if he wants one move that might be able to put this away. Hopefully he can get his foot up that high. I don't know, maybe get him down to a knee first. Ellis now toying with Peck, telling him to stay down, Billy, stay down. Billy refusing, though. Oh, I think he might be lining Billy up here. Oh, he calls this the Sasquatch. Pulls him back to the center of the ring. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to do it for Billy Peck. Our winner, Eliminator, Joe Ellis. An amazing, hard-fought battle by Billy Peck, but he was not able to accomplish his goal. Maybe he was able to. Maybe he will be able to accomplish his goal. Maybe this will put the whole rivalry behind him. Get Ellis back into the main role of MWO security to kind of reunite that whole group before this tag team tournament kicks off. That remains to be seen, though, because Ellis showed no signs of restraint or remorse. The Sasquatch at the end there to pick up the 1, 2, 3 on Billy Peck. And an impressive victory for Joe Ellis here tonight at... What is this? And some unexpected music is playing. Billy's unsure, Joe is unsure. And the lights go out! And the lights go out. Someone's in the ring. I can hear someone in the ring. Something's happening. Joe Ellis has disappeared, and Danhausen is attacking Billy Peck. Danhausen is attacking Billy Peck in the BWF ring. We heard his name mentioned earlier because of the curse that he had put on. Billy's fighting back. Billy exhausted from his match. See, there's more music. Billy using all his strength to fight off Danhausen. And there's, oh my God, it's Giant Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez is here? What is... How is... And now Giant Gonzalez is attacking Billy. First, Danhausen, then Giant Gonzalez attacking Billy Peck. And the lights go out! And the lights go out.
Na 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 na. When the sun goes down and the evening rolls around, that's the time I find got blue ribbon on my mind. I got
America's premium beer since 1844. Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
There's complete pandemonium in the arena. Danhausen, Giant Gonzalez, Amy Grant's Baby Baby. The lights come back on. Billy is in the ring unconscious. Everyone else has disappeared. And now it's time for El Jefe Dylan Gilbert versus Nick Gage. We just have to keep moving. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match between two hardcore legends. We just got to let ourselves breathe, folks, because the action's non-stop here. This show is already over time, but we're not cutting anything. Our main event tonight is going to be a work rate match, but this next match is going to be hardcore death match legends battling it out with everything they have. Falls Count Anywhere. Let's get down to ringside, because I'm ready for this match. First, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, here's El Jefe, Dylan Gilbert. Is it just me, or is Dylan looking more cut these days? An indie darling, a hardcore legend, a man who called out Nick Gage for this match. This is going to be Falls Count Anywhere rules. So to help the building security and all the fans that are in attendance are ready, because this thing could go anywhere.
When I feel the snake bite and tear my veins, never did I wanna be.
From Salt Lake City, Utah, Nick effing Gage. The leader of the Murder Death Kill Gang. Purveyor of ultra-violence. Nick Gage is here in the MWF for one reason and one reason only, and that is to inflict pain on his opponents. Victory sometimes seemingly second nature to him. He's more concerned with dishing out the pain, absorbing the pain, putting fear in the hearts of his opponents. Intimidation, they don't even know, they're too afraid of what he might do. They're not even paying attention to what he's gonna do. It's gonna be one fall anywhere in the arena, pinfall or submission only. El Jefe, Gage. The bell rings and we're off. It's been a long night, and I want to thank all you folks for sticking with us. We still have our main event to come. The title match between D Freedom with Kimberly Ream Cook against our champion Jerry Damage. El Jefe tossing Gage around, but Gage quick back to his feet. And El Jefe lures him in, but Gage catches him with some elbows. Now the stomps to the arm. The disregard for their opponent's conditions. Coming up after this match, we've got a special announcement regarding the upcoming tag team tournament. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss that. I was just told, in fact, we'll be announcing our first 10 tag teams that have entered the Tag Team 2K22 Tag Team Tournament. The first 10 teams from that Tag Team Tournament announced following this match. Referee keeping a distance, but again, this is Falls Count Anywhere. So a pin or submission could happen at any moment here. El Jefe tripped on the mat. El Jefe told me he described what he wanted to do tonight to Gage as carnage. Looking to carve a new path for himself and planning to carve that out in the skin of Nick Gage tonight. A back and forth match so far, neither man able to hold on to much of an advantage. Gage with an impressive powerbomb. I've never seen that from him before, and that was devastating. Everyone certainly brings their A-game. Oh, now Jefe trying to return the favor. Everyone certainly brings their A-game here in the MWF. We've seen it all tonight from... Oh, here's a pinfall. Gage out at 2. I was saying we've seen it all here tonight from submission wrestling, tag team wrestling, singles, matches of respect, matches of hatred, rivalry. We've already seen one title match, and we're going to see a work rate title match after this Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match. Surprises, storytelling, moments. That's what the MWF is all about. There's that power bomb to Gage. Oh, and I think I know what's coming here. He's setting Gage up. And after that punch, he's a little woozy and he can't get out of the Carnage Driver. That may be it, folks. Not many people can get up, and 3. Carnage Driver wins it for El Jefe, Dylan Gilbert. Nick Gage put up a valiant effort, but he wasn't able to take it to El Jefe tonight. El Jefe, proud of himself. A big win and a big feather in his cap. Defeating a legend like Gage. The momentum will bode well for him heading into the tag team tournament, provided he can find a partner. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't want to tag with this guy. The fans going wild. A dream matchup many thought they would never see. I talked to a lot of people here tonight who said they traveled from all around the country just for this match. Now we want to go here. And now a special message about the upcoming tag team tournament.
First things first, I'm gonna say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, the way that things have been.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Major World Order.
That's right, folks. As promised earlier, I'm happy to now announce the first 10 teams in the Tag Team 2K22 Tag Team Tournament. The tournament's going to kick off with a round of triple threat tag team turmoil matches that'll decide the teams that move to the second round. The first 10 teams that I'm excited to announce tonight for the Tag Team 2K22 Tag Team Tournament will all enter along with our remaining teams into a random draw to determine all of our first round matchups. And those 10 teams we're announcing tonight are Victor and Vader, as we heard earlier in our promo from Victor Lavia. The Purchase Brothers, the first rookie team from the MeWF Performance Center, its weekly purchases and big boy purchases. We've got the American Heartbeat, Nicholas Pritchard, and his new tag team partner, Steve Believe. It seems their match tonight was a battle of respect that is going to lead to a possibly formidable tag team. We've also got the newest team that showed up tonight and shocked the world. Giant Gonshausen will be entering the tag team tournament, along with another shocking team, Team Shoes, who will be taking advantage of what we call the New Day rule, where teams of 3 are allowed to hold the tag team titles, 2 members competing at a time. So, the Captain Joe Shoes, the Revolting Blob, and Yoko Shuna, 2 of whom are clones and 1 of whom is the actual Joe Shoes, will be entering the tag team tournament. Also, 2 teams made up of members of the Major Pod faction. We've got Major Pod faction and Major Pod faction Wolfpack, both entering the tournament. Another team, MWO, also utilizing the New Day rule, presumably, we'll see Billy, Jake, and Husvar competing, with Jake and Husvar making their MeWF's debuts. 2 more teams to announce, and this is exciting for fans of the Major Pod Network. We're going to have the Card Foundation and the Game Marks podcast, both included in this tag team tournament. If you're a fan of Johnny Tancredi, Danny Tancredi, Paul Papa Bear, you're going to want to check out Card Foundation in the tag team tournament. And what about George Feast and Johnny Clash of the Game Marks pod? Will they hit the Clash of the Feast at the tag team tournament? You'll have to tune in and find out. Enough about that exciting upcoming event. We've got one more match here tonight, our main event.
Tonight, you get the opportunity that you've always wanted. You've always been a bit player for the Major Pod. You've always been second, I would even say second fiddle. I'd say 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th fiddle to Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. You got your spot and you do it real well. And tonight, you get the opportunity to beat man. I said opportunity. Because it's not going to happen, D-Freedom. You want this. The MEWF World Heavyweight Championship. End of the night, you're not going to get it. You might be able to go to the souvenir stand and buy one of these. Because tonight, I dissect D-Freedom.
What are you going to bring to the party this month?
I'll do something good. Why?
Again?
Yeah, why?
You don't like that.
I do like that. Cool. But it's funny. No one drank it last time. No one got it. I did.
I'm gonna grab it.
You know what? Drink the PBR.
It's the matchup that we've all been dying to see. The MEWF champion Jerry Damage is going to put his belt on the line against the tall son of a bitch, D-Freedom 30, and his manager, Card Queen Kimberly Reen Cook. It's a sold-out crowd here tonight at the Pabst Brewing Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I don't think I've seen a single person leave, save for maybe some family members of our competitors who wanted to escort them with to the hospital. It's been a night of blood, of action, of surprises, of shocks. And now the biggest match in MEWF history is about to go down. After winning a #1 contender match at Chase Variant, D-Freedom 30 has his first opportunity in a one-on-one match with the MEWF champion, Jerry Damage. I saw Card Queen Kim Cook backstage ripping packs, making phone calls. She had one of those old school cell phones like Paul Heyman used to have, making deals for D-Freedom, obviously is what I meant. And making his way down the aisle, he's our inaugural MEWF World Heavyweight Champion from Stab, Kentucky, Jerry Damage. He won the title at Chase Variant using the Chase Variant stunner. Truly a moment of big fate. Let's go back to that moment at Chase Variant. We'll never forget Rob Buck taking out the Blob. Chase Variant stunner on Buckshot gets the pinfall on Bonesaw. Jerry Damage. Now he walks into Fan Takeover for a work rate match. It was put up to a poll to the MEWF universe. They want to see a work rate match between these two guys. And that's what they're going to get here tonight. Of course, looming overhead of all this is Shawnee Caulfield and his padded loaf contract. Never really sure when he might make an appearance. Both men staring each other down, taking a moment in the spotlight of this main event of this huge show. Damage reluctantly handing that belt over to senior referee Mark Bitters. Shows it to D-Freedom. Shows it to Kimberly Reem Cook. Holds it up for the hard cam. Who's ready for a main event? And right off the bat, the work rate is off the charts. When you think about movesets, you think about D Freedom 30. The accuracy also with which he performs these moves is impeccable. His eye for detail, unmatched. His height, unequal. The only thing bigger about Jerry Damage might be his heart. Whoa, the work rate, again, incredible. And Jerry Damage trying to chop D Freedom down to size. Referee slow to get in position. You saw when D Freedom was on his knees, he was almost the same size as Jerry Damage. But then again, that's why Kim Cook recruited him for the MWF. You know, she didn't bring him in because he was some kind of tiny jobber. She saw the potential. It wouldn't be the first time that Kim saw the early potential in a major wrestling superstar. You have to wonder what she might be putting together for D Freedom for the tag team tournament. Especially if he were to win tonight. All the doors that might open. Jerry Damage with a suplex on D Freedom. I didn't think that was something we were going to see tonight. Oh, D taking advantage. Belly to belly suplex. D Freedom over the top of Jerry Damage. Again, the work rate in this match may be unparalleled in American professional wrestling. Jerry's going to have to try and... He's probably trying to get that Chase variant stunner in here, because I know his stab spin definitely won't work on a man of D Freedom size. D Freedom may have been distracted by some inaccuracies in Jerry Damage's gear compared to the concept art. That has been a tactic that's been used against D Freedom in the past. We've seen opponents place basic figures around the ring in order to drive D Freedom into sort of a confused delirium. Kim Cook now knows to watch out for those kind of tactics, so a lot of that stuff isn't as effective as it may have once have been. And part of that explains D Freedom's rise to the main event and why he finds himself tonight as a #1 contender. Spear to Jerry Damage. And the kick out at 2. That could have been it. Jerry still hasn't moved. And Jerry Damage is in big trouble here. D Freedom's lining him up and measured him with the disfigure dissecting is what he calls that. Disfigure dissecting from D Freedom. Referee 1, 2, 3. We've got a new champion. D Freedom 30 has defeated Jerry Damage to become only the second ever MWF World Heavyweight Champion. A valiant fight in this work rate match. I'm hearing 8 stars is what early prognostications are saying. but in the end, the size matchup was too much for Jerry to overcome. We saw the kick out there, a shock, but then disfigure dissected from Deep Freedom, and he might have knocked the nose clean off Jerry Damage's face. And the referee's 3. Kimberly Ream Cook is in tears at ringside, tears of happiness. Deep Freedom raises the belt high. A moment in his life he will surely never forget. It's been an amazing night here at MeWF Fan Takeover, presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon. I want to thank everyone who helped make this show possible. And we'll see you at the Tag Team Tournament. Congratulations to D Freedom 30.